Finish.
Now then, welcome back to the Route 1 Football Podcast. We're feeling a bit fresher this week. We haven't been out last night. I mean, Jake didn't go out last week anyway, but we've had still maybe a bit tired. I don't know about you two.
I think it was the football last night.
The football, yeah. We've actually managed to play a game of six-a-side together for the first time in nearly 3 years at university, and I don't think you two have played for a while, have you?
I mean, I've been injured for the past year, haven't I? And then I've not played in that.
Fuck from last previous.
Yeah.
How did you find it, Ryan?
It was good fun.
For the 8 minutes you were
Yeah. First 5 minutes, like, it was a reality check, I will say.
You burnt yourself out, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were saying you were more at home on the walking football pitch next to us, like, weren't you?
Yeah.
Jake, about you?
It was a good laugh, to be fair.
The ankles hold up.
Just about, just about. It's the first time I kicked the ball properly like that since I've fucked my ankles up, so.
Seeing you were struggling with the 5-yard passes.
Towards the end, yeah, towards the end. I was playing for the opposition towards the end, but,
Yeah, I think it's one we'll try and do again, and maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe once Ryan finds his form back again, it might be all right.
Get a Route 1 Football Podcast team together.
Yeah, a few of the guests on it. Would Reese play?
Reese would play.
Reese we had on last week. No guest this week, unfortunately. I know you'll all be disappointed, but Reese has gone back to his listening role today, so hopefully he's still tuning in. But it's my quiz this week, and I feel like it might turn into a bit of a long one, so I feel like I should maybe get going on it.
That's fire for it, because I think we've got a lot to talk about, to be fair, today as well.
Well, actually, I could do with a bit of paper, please, Ryan, and my pen back. Or do you? I'll get my own pen out.
Great preparation.
It's going to be a Who Am I round.
Straight in with Who Am I's. There we go.
Yeah, well, last time I did my quiz, it was ages ago, but I remember Ryan whinging because there wasn't a Who Am I round. So
It's tradition, if anything. It's not just me, it's for followers at home.
to keep people happy, I started with Who Am I. So can I just have that bit of paper, please, Ryan? Thank you. Right, so the first Who Am I? Jake, we listening? And it's the same format again. First clue, 3 points. Second clue, 2 points. Third clue, 1 point. You get the gist by now. First player, who am I? I have played with Alex Tete, Kasper Schmeichel, and Raheem Sterling. Now, some of these ones I did do at about 3 a.m. last night, so I'm starting to be a little bit, and I've not looked at them since, so I'm a little bit worried that they might not be right.
That is concerning.
I know. I mean, this one's fine. I mean, I'm 99% sure, but I'm just saying.
Oh, that's right, he's 99.
A little bit of doubt. A little bit of doubt just crept into my mind.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, we've got any guesses so far for Alex Tete, Kasper Schmeichel, and Raheem Sterling.
Fucking hell. Harry Kane.
3 points.
Get him.
Fair play. I thought the Alex Tete might throw you off, but obviously...
Norwich on loan.
Yeah, Norwich had a little loan spell there. It was a good start. I'll give you that, Ryan. Well done. The other clues were won the PFA Player of the Year award, and he's my club's leading scorer in the Premier League with 136 goals, which I'm sure you all have got by then. Anyway, on to the next one then. Next player. I have played with Tim Krul, Paul Pogba, and Kyle Walker.
Okay.
3 fairly established Premier League names there. Looking at Ryan again, I feel like he's got another 3-pointer in the bag.
I'm afraid not this time.
It's going to have to be a wild guess.
Yeah.
Jake, anything?
I'm just trying to work out where they've all played.
I feel like Tim Krul might be the tricky one. He's been about.
Has he?
Krul.
Yeah, it's been about a few clubs. Like, I can only think of Newcastle that he's been at, to be honest. Though. I know he's been around, but he's at someone at the minute. I can't think of who it is.
I know where he's at for more.
He's also Dutch. Let's have a guess.
Buzz Musa Sissoko.
Oh, it's another 3-pointer.
Go on then.
Fair play. Now this third one, I'm hoping it will not be a 3-pointer, because otherwise I'll be really disappointed with myself. But we'll get on to it. I have played with. I really, really hope you don't get this straight away.
I feel like this is the one that you don't know whether it's true or not.
Oh no, it's definitely true. This one's the one the most research went into. Robert Lewandowski, Rivaldo, and Danny
Christ.
Drinkwater.
Fuck's sake. Rivaldo and Danny Drinkwater. I don't know who Rivaldo's been at.
Come on, let's have a wild guess. A stupid guess. I don't want another 3 point now. That's done my head in a bit. I spent all that time and you got 3 points straight away. At least it's entertaining. 3 points all. Got people on the edge of their seats at home.
I don't know. Fabianski.
No. Gee.
Hold on one sec.
No, I want to guess now.
Let me think about
3, 2, 1.
William.
Nope. Next clue. I have played in 4 of the top 5 European leagues, winning trophies in 3. I have also won an international trophy.
Can you say that again? Sorry.
I have played in 4 of the top 5 European leagues, winning trophies in 3. I have also won an international trophy.
Interesting.
It's got you thinking.
It does.
Really has.
I think it was one of them. I thought you were either going to get it straight away or it's going to go down to the last clue. I should have told you at the start. This was actually a 4-cluer. So you could have got 4 points if you got it on the first one.
Oh, Christ. So this
So
is
this
still
is
3
for
points.
3 points.
Yeah. Let's have a guess. Come on.
I know Reese is like at home just
This will
licking
got
his
Reese.
lips. It's got Reese written all over it.
Reese's head's fried right
He's
now.
seen Rivaldo and he's like, whew.
Let's have a guess. Come on. Clock's ticking.
I have nothing. I'm afraid.
Any name. Just give me a name.
Buzz Martin de Michaelis?
No. Ryan, just say a name.
Fucking Torres.
No. And for the third clue, just because I got excited with how many names this person's played for, I'm going to give you 3 more players.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Christ.
He's
this-
played with
It's going to make it harder.
Xavi, Gonzalo Higuain, and Luis Suarez.
I'll be
Stunned
honest.
silence. I feel like I could have gone with the players. I could have given you another 3 more. There's just so many. And
Wait,
it would
how
have thrown
many
you even
leagues
more.
did you say you played in?
4 of the top 5 European
4 of
leagues.
the top 5. Okay. And he's won what?
And he's won trophies in 3 of those leagues, and he's also won an international trophy.
I'm just going to throw a guess in the dark. Is it Alexis Sanchez?
No,
No.
not a bad guess.
I have night.
Nothing.
It's
No.
difficult.
Ryan, come on, give us a name, and we'll be down to 1 point.
Oh man, 4 or 5 legs. I don't know.
You asked for this. You like the Who Am I's.
I did.
Stumped you.
Just
You should get it on the last clue.
whew. Do we buzz in or what?
Suddenly, everything will just fall into place with this last
Xabi
clue.
Alonso.
No. Right, are you ready?
Do we buzz in or
yeah,
just shout
I
it?
want to
Yeah.
just say a buzz. I want a buzz. Are you ready?
And we have to answer instantly.
I signed for a Premier League club in the January transfer window. Someone's going to make the connection. Made 3 appearances for that team so far.
Fucking hell. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Played pretty well the other night as well. Oh, the panic on your faces. I thought you might have got it by now.
What?
Is it going to have to be a washout?
Hold on.
I'll give you 20 more seconds and then that's it. Let me know if any of you's got it at home.
I think we're doing
I'm
Yeah.
happy with this one.
I feel like I know this, but I can't.
Right, 5 seconds, Jake. Nothing. That's it. You've tapped out. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
Pepe Reina.
Oh my god.
Can't be arsed.
Rivaldo at Barcelona, Lewandowski at Bayern Munich,
Oh.
Danny Drinkwater at Aston Villa, Xavi at Barcelona and Spain, Gonzalo Higuain at Napoli, and Luis Suarez at Liverpool.
That's actually a really good
Didn't
one.
I forgot Drinkwater was at Villa.
Didn't win a trophy in Spain. Didn't win a trophy for Barcelona, which I thought was weird. But obviously won in Italy, England. Jake,
Wow.
would you be able to log on to that computer for me, please?
Yeah, sure.
The next round, I've made it in the style of the chase. So it's basically,
Oh god,
it's basically. I mean, it's hard to do. We can't bring a chaser on, unfortunately. But yeah, turn the screen off.
I have
No
that.
peeking.
I've done it now.
So the way it's going to work, you can do a little rock paper scissors to decide who's going to go first. You can either choose A or B. Basically, the questions. There's 20 questions each.
Oh god.
And because I didn't want to, I knew there'd be some whinging if the questions were different for each of you. That each question mirrors the topic of the other question, if you know what I mean. So question 1 will be the same topic as the other person's question 1.
Just warning every one of our listeners now, this is going to be a long ass podcast today. Swear.
So we'll have a little rock paper scissors to decide who goes first.
Okay, alright.
I'll let you go first.
Not Jake. Jake, again.
Can't be asked.
Jake,
Fair
would you
enough.
like questions A or questions B?
Go for B.
B. Right. So Ryan, if Jake gets a question wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Jake gets a question wrong, you're gonna have a chance to answer it, and you'll get a point.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get it
Oh
right.
my god.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Just give me 1 second to get a little timer going. You're gonna have 1 minute and 30. Hopefully that should be
What,
about...
to get as many of these right as I can?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we just
And
save them out loud.
if we're really enjoying it, we could even go extra time and finish off the questions that I've written down, because it did take me a bit of time. So we'll just get this time sorted.
So if I don't know the answer, do I pass and then he gets to answer it and he gets a point?
Say
Yeah.
that again.
It's
So-
like the chase.
Yeah, so it's like the final chase part of it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So, are we ready, Jake?
Go on then.
3, 2, 1. What stadium was the 2012 Champions League final held at?
2012. Allianz.
Correct. Who scored the winning goal in 2014 World Cup final?
Goethe.
Correct. Who finished 4th in the Premier League last season?
Chelsea.
No, Spurs.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry, I could have given you the chance there, Ryan. Sorry. Who won the Player of the Tournament in the 2010 World Cup?
Forlan.
Correct. Oof, good answer. Who was in charge of West Ham for the 2009-10 season?
Ooh. Alan Kirbysley?
No.
No.
Ryan.
It's between two. I'm going to go for Sola.
Yeah.
Ooh, good shout.
Correct. And we'll start that. The clock stops when Ryan gets a chance to
Okay.
answer. So are we ready again? 3, 2, 1. Who has the biggest stadium in the Championship?
Championship. Leeds.
Nope.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Correct.
Get
Ryan.
it.
2
Wow.
points for you.
Didn't know Hillsborough was that big, to be honest.
And we're ready to start again. 3, 2, 1. Which brand sponsors Harry Kane's boots?
Is it Lotto?
Nope.
Puma.
Lotto?
Puma.
No.
Who is it? It's like,
It's Nike.
I thought it was just some offbeat.
Lotto.
I was thinking, honestly, I had Lotto or Hummel in my head. Those are the two that came to mind. I don't know why.
Right.
I thought you'd throw out some proper rant. Do you know what? Like, my mind then goes to the big brands. I don't know why.
Right, Jake, you ready? Are you ready? What was the result of the 2016 FA Cup final between Manchester United and Crystal Palace?
FA Cup. 2-1 United.
Correct.
Fucking.
What is the most northerly stadium in the Football League?
Northerly. Football League. Stadium Light?
Nope.
Carlisle.
Nope. It's St James's Park,
Oh, okay.
according to Google anyway.
Wait, in the football. Oh, right, okay.
And ready to start the timer again, Jake. Who has more Champions League titles, Nottingham Forest or Celtic?
Nottingham Forest.
Correct. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop timing. Who was the top scorer at the 2008 Euros?
David Villa.
Correct. Who is the all-time top clean sheets holder in the Premier League?
Petr Cech.
Yep. At which club did Jamie Vardy start his career?
Fleetwood Town.
Nope. Ryan?
Hamilstead or something.
No. Stocksbridge Park Steels. You got 2 seconds, so if I start, I'll finish.
Okay.
Jake, which club did Xabi Alonso make the most appearances for?
Real Madrid.
Yep. So that's it.
I'd be so
Time's
upset
up.
if I didn't get that
Jake.
last question.
You got 9.
Yeah.
9. And Ryan's already got a head start on 2. So we'll go over
Okay.
to other strand of questions. Right? You feeling confident? Do you know what? I'll throw a wild card in because I've gone to the effort, and we only got to about question 13. Then you can choose to have these questions read out from the bottom up, so from question 20 through to 1. So you'll have different topics to Jake. Or do you feel confident on the topics that Jake had?
We go space it up. We'll go different.
You're different. Ooh.
Okay.
Well, is it harder?
I don't know. That's the part of the fun.
Nah, watch him win. Mine was different.
You want to go from the bottom, yeah?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. Right,
I'll
ready?
let you win this year.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. England picked up their only point at the 2014 World Cup with a draw against what nation?
Algeria.
Nope. Right, Jake.
Tunisia?
Costa Rica.
Fuck.
I think that might be harder. Right, ready?
Oh!
Which football league ground is the oldest in the world?
Stoke City.
Nope. Jake.
Pass. I don't know.
Field Mill from Mansfield Town. I wouldn't have got that. That's probably the hardest question on the list, to be fair. Right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Name the longest serving manager in the Football League.
At one club.
Yep.
Sean Dyche.
Nope. Jake.
I don't know the football. Eddie Howe.
Nope. Eddie Howe's second. I think it's Gareth Ainsworth at Wickham.
Fuck's sake.
Right, not got a point on the board yet. Timer is about to start again. Name the Austrian manager in the Premier League this season.
Hasenhüttl.
Correct. Which referee famously gave a Croatian player 3 yellow cards at the 2006 World
Howard
Cup?
Webb.
Nope.
Fuck, I can't mind his name.
Jake. Does he know his refs?
No, I really don't. Graham Paul.
Yeah.
Really?
Woo!
Okay.
Jake extends his lead to 10.
Come on.
Ryan's currently on 3. 57 seconds left on the timer. Which club has Zlatan Ibrahimovic made the most appearances for?
Barcelona.
Nope.
PSG.
Jake, 11.
Oh, my God.
Ready to start timer again, Ryan?
Yeah.
At which club did Jermaine Defoe start his career?
West Ham.
Yep. Who was the all-time top assist maker in the Premier League?
Rooney.
Nope.
Ryan Giggs.
My God.
Ryan Giggs.
That's stupid. That's
Ryan,
stupid for me.
Ready again?
Yeah.
Who was the top scorer at Euro 2012?
Zlatan.
Nope.
Was it Thomas Muller?
Nope. Torres.
Ah, okay.
34 seconds left on the timer, right? And you're on 4, and Jake is currently on 12.
Nice.
So you've got a big gap to make up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Which League One side plays their home games at the Keep Moat Stadium?
Hold on.
Nope.
The which stadium?
Keep Moat Stadium.
Don't know. Pass.
It is Doncaster Rovers. Would you got it? Who has more Champions League titles, Inter or Juventus?
Juventus.
Inter.
I'm not going to give you a point for that because that obviously. And also, I missed one that Ryan could have contested on for yours, so that's evens it up now.
Yeah. Okay.
Who is that? What is the highest stadium in the Football League in terms of altitude?
Oakwell.
No,
In terms of like where it is or
altitude. So how high it is. Common football trivia. This.
Oh my God. Fuck knows. Pass.
The Hawthorns. It's a pub quiz one that you should always remember. Always have up your sleeve. Right, Ryan, 16 seconds left. Still only on 4.
Nice.
What was the result of the 2014 FA Cup final when Arsenal played Hull?
3-2.
Yep.
Hey.
Which brand sponsors Sergio Aguero's boots?
Fucking Puma.
Yep. Who has the biggest stadium in League Two?
Hold on.
Nope.
Tranmere?
You love old
No,
man.
Tranmere. She has to Tranmere.
It was Bradford City, and your time's up, Ryan.
Nice.
So 6 points. 6 points for you.
That was
and
tough.
12 points for Jake. So that leaves the running total. We're not doing it by round this week 'cause it's my quiz, and I call the shots.
So it's
So,
15.
Currently, it's 15-9 to Jake.
Pure.
And we've got the final round, which I've called the Golden Balls round.
God, it's game show week today.
It really is. And whether we'll be happy with this one, I don't know. It's a bit of a complicated one, listeners, so if you concentrate. Basically, I've explained it a little bit beforehand, so we didn't get any of them. They're a bit slow, these two. If Ryan gets a right answer and Jake gets a right answer, they both get a point. Easy enough. If Jake gets a right answer and Ryan gets a wrong answer, for example, puts no answer, then the person with the right answer gets a point. If a person puts a right answer and the other person puts a wrong answer, the person with the right answer gets 3 points. So effectively, you're trying to convince the other person you know the answer, even if you don't. And if you don't know the answer, your best bet is putting no answer.
Okay.
You'll pick it up as you go along.
Okay, can we just put it out there that the original quiz Ryan was going to do because he didn't back himself? Can we just put that out there? I think on record.
The issue was Ryan was so bad with kit numbers that it would make this whole game a complete waste of time because he just wouldn't know any and would put no answer to everything. But you'll pick it up as you go along. And also, if you were to put a wrong answer and the other person puts no answer, you lose 2 points. So it's a bit of incentive there to, not take a risk. Or do you take a risk but try and get more points? You get the gist.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the top scorer in the Europa League. And I want you to write it down for me. Keep it covered. You can write no answer if you want. But just remember, if you put no answer and the other person gets it right, you're awarding them 2 points instead of 1. You happy? Both got an answer written down? Do you want to have a little discussion about it? Do you want to look each other in the eye, try to convince each other?
Is the answer's locked in? Yeah.
The answer's locked in if you've written it down.
Does this count Europa League qualifiers?
It's on it says on BBC Sport. I'm not sure if it counts in the qualifiers.
Right.
If it counts qualifiers.
Ready?
Okay, if it counts qualifiers.
Show me on 3. 3, 2, 1. No answer from Jake and Alfredo Morelos from Ryan, which is correct.
Fair play.
Woohoo! It's a good answer.
So it's 1 point in it.
Yeah, that's 1.
Okay.
No.
Because I didn't put an answer.
You didn't put an answer, so Ryan gets 2 points.
Okay, I'll live with that.
2 points for Ryan. He's closing the
gap.
gap.
I was going to put Aubameyang and I thought, he definitely isn't.
Aubameyang, not a bad one. Right. It's all top scorers, this quiz. Champions League top scorer. Do we know it? Ryan, looking a bit flustered. Jake, straight for the paper. But is it just for a no answer? That's the exciting thing. We happy? Both got an answer written down?
I think so.
Right, ready? On 3. 3, 2, 1. No answer. No answer. Who's that player? Answer. So no answer from Ryan and incorrect answer from Jake. Jake put Haaland, who is actually the second top scorer of 8 goals, and the top scorer is Lewandowski.
That's really stupid.
So Jake loses 2 points.
Okay.
And that leaves the scores for the full quiz. Ryan on 8, Jake on 10. It's really tightening up. We've got 4 more questions on this.
Wait, hold on. I was on 15 before and I only lost 2 points.
No, you weren't on 15. You're on 12, sorry. I read that out wrong.
I got 12 for the quiz. And then 3
oh, sorry. Sorry, you're right, Jake. You're on 13. And Ryan's on 16. No.
God. You had one job, Ollie.
My tally chart's looking a bit funny.
Right, so I was on 15 from the the end of the last round, and I lost 2 points.
Yeah. So you're on 13.
Okay.
Yeah?
But he's lost 2 points twice.
No, I haven't. I didn't lose 2 points for the first time because I didn't
Ryan
put an
gained
answer.
2.
You gained 2.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't lose 2.
Okay.
So that leaves Ryan
Calm
on...
down.
I'm just not being cheated out of it.
What I do every fucking week by your quizzes.
This is it. We won't be having this discussion if we were doing kit numbers.
Right, so Ryan's on 11 and you're on 13.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just...
Yeah.
For some reason, tally charts really don't lie. But anyway.
They teach us so much at John Moores.
The next round, this is a hard one. There's 2 answers for this. Top scorer in the FA Cup. Jake's frowning. Ryan's gone straight for the paper. Is it just a mind?
Do you have a gap?
Is it just mind games? No, you can have one or the other. I'll give you.
I'm ready to show when you are.
Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1.
I risked at the last minute.
Where have you written? You've got so many words on your paper, Ryan. Is that a no answer?
Use the paper.
No answer. Yeah. Both no answers, so both 0 points. I would have been very surprised if either of you got that. Who was it? Harry McCurdy from Carlisle and Jimmy Ball from Solihull Moors.
Couldn't tell you either of those players. Jesus Christ.
Right, next one. Top scorer in the Bundesliga. You worried?
Well, it's just a trick question.
I feel like Jake's confident with this one.
I think so.
Ryan, you ready?
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Where have you written your answer?
Get another piece of paper, man.
No answer.
Yeah.
And Jake, Lewandowski.
Was it?
It was Lewandowski.
Sick.
Come on.
So Jake gets 2 points for that.
Oh my god.
Lad,
I was
use
half-
this piece of paper.
I was halfway writing them down. I was like, nah, it's a trick question.
Jake's
Oh
on
my
15,
god.
Ryan's on 11, going into the last 2.
Okay.
So what, can we work out the permutations of what Ryan needs?
You need me to not get anything, pretty much.
11, 15.
'Cause if
Oh no,
I-
if you lose, you could lose 2 points. If you put a wrong answer and Ryan puts
Yeah.
no answer. And it is the Spanish La Liga top scorers. Oh, who is the top scorer? There's only one for this one. Are we ready? Show me. No answer, Jake. And it was Messi.
Was it Messi?
Ryan put Messi. So
Okay.
that is 2 points for Ryan. Close
Okay.
the gap. So Ryan's now on 13 and Jake's on 15.
Okay.
Could need a 3-pointer here, Ryan. Jake could play it safe though.
Yeah.
It's all in your hands. But then if you play it safe, you could risk a minus 2 points. Italian Serie A top scorer.
You love your top scores, don't you?
I literally said that's what this round's about.
Oh,
It
okay.
was going to be shirt numbers until someone ruined it.
Fucking-
We ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, show me. Oh, both got it right. Fair play. So Jake wins this week's quiz.
Come on.
Ryan, how do you feel about that?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, there was a lot of football knowledge in that quiz. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of current knowledge, a lot of previous knowledge. So I think you've done well there, Jake. I'll give you that. I know it's a fairly long quiz this week, and there was a bit of confusion.
Yeah, like we said, it is going to be a long episode of this podcast because there is a lot to talk about.
Not always the most organised podcast in the world, but hopefully a little
Hey.
bit entertaining.
Do you know what it is? It's like homemade, innit? In a sense.
Yeah.
It's got that homemade feel to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first thing we was going to start with, I think it's been the talk on everyone's lips in the football world, is Man City getting banned from the Champions League.
Lol.
I mean, I feel like it would have been nice. Haven't you got a flatmate that's a Man City fan?
I've not got a flatmate, but there's a lad who...
Used
part of our group of mates back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
That would've
a massive City
It would have
fan.
been quite funny to get a Man City fan on this week.
It
to see
really
what they
would have been.
think.
I'd have loved to see it. But,
But what are your thoughts on it? Do you think they deserve it?
I think, to be honest, yeah. Like, if they've been found out, I mean, there's always been something dodgy going on at City. I think everyone's known that for a long time now. I mean, the amount of money they've spent, it's been baffling. It's taken them this long to be found out by the FFP rules. So it's, you know, I think when originally got made, it was called like the atomic bomb punishment. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere this week. And, you know, I mean, 2 years out of Europe, that could spell the end of City, I think, to be honest. As we
Spell
know
the
them
end?
anyway.
Is that a bit dramatic?
No, I think as we know them now.
Really?
I mean, how many of them top players are going to want to stay?
Sterling's already said he's going to stay.
Yeah, but what happens if Barca come in for him or Real Madrid come in for him, or, you know, De Bruyne might not want to be there. Like Aguero probably won't want to stay. It's like, I feel like a lot of these players, as much as they're well paid, they want to play the best years in the Champions League.
But do you think Guardiola's going to stay?
I don't know.
I don't know. Even after all he said, how many times he said he's staying?
People have come out and said so many things in football, and you know, if you take people at their word in football, I think it's a very naive thing to do.
But it's not like he's just beating around the bush with it. He has said categorically a number of times he's going to stay.
I'd be very interested to see how, because obviously I think they're still going to appeal it.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I think depending on how that appeal goes, I think it'll depend on a lot of things, like some players staying, Pep staying. But, you know, I mean, 30 million ain't exactly... I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not... It's like pocket change for them, to be honest.
I think Guardiola will stay.
you
I think he'd look an idiot if he just left.
Would he, though?
Well, out of the amount of times he said, I'm staying at City, stop asking me this, I'm staying at City, and if he just left, I think he'd look stupid.
I feel like that...
Without something happening between now and the end of the season.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like after the appeal, it might come out a little bit different, but... I mean, what do you make of it? Like, the whole thing?
I think, yeah, it's just one of financial fair play. If people are going to break it, then they might as well get punished, because it seems like teams are always getting investigated for financial fair play. They're always getting investigated. Nothing seems to get done with it. So it's probably good that a team's finally actually been investigated for it. But
bet you PSG are shitting themselves.
Oh, definitely, definitely. To be fair though, it's I'm more worried for, well, not worried, but I'm interested to see how the Premier League then take action, because obviously they've got their own rules.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Now, it could be anything from like a points deduction to going full on how Serie A treated Juventus back when it was at the betting scandal back in like the mid noughties.
Yeah,
where they got relegated to what's the equivalent of the Championship. Like, imagine that, City playing in the Championship.
So are they under investigation from the Premier League right now?
I don't think yet. I don't know whether.
But surely they should be. If
I feel like now that this thing with UEFA's come out, obviously the Premier League's going to have to start looking at them, because they were getting investigated at one point by 4 different governing bodies, I think, or 3 or 4. It's like, but the one was bound to get him eventually.
Yeah. Do you think it's kind of justice that it's happened to a team like City?
Definitely.
Because I know other clubs have. I mean, who's the other one? Like, is it Everton? There's been question marks over it.
Yeah, a little bit.
But when you think of Everton, you don't think of the oil money and them
No.
buying the league or whatever. You think.
I think that's something to do with like the Kenyan betting company that was sponsoring them, to be honest.
Yeah. So like,
but,
do you feel it's justice that a team like City's been stung by it rather than someone like Everton? I know you obviously
definitely.
You'd kind of find it funny if it were Everton, but
what was I going to say then though? Yeah, I think it is. It's definitely justice.
Ryan?
You know, I think they've won all these Premier League titles with all this money, and it's if they've been doing it unfairly, and they deserve some sort of punishment, because they've been so much better than everyone else for a couple of years, and if that has been through what could be deemed as cheating, then you know they deserve everything they get.
Ryan, what are you thinking?
I'm sick of them. That's all I think. But all I'm scared about is I've no doubt we're going to appeal it. Like, obviously, but when is this appeal going to happen? And say, for example, we've been told that 5th place is going to get Champions League. Let's say a miracle comes off and Sheffield United finish 5th. Happy days. How great's that? Then City appeal and we find out in summer it's been revoked. So Sheffield United are cheated out of their Champions League spot. Bear in mind they were cheated out for Premier League spot not too long ago.
Would they be? No, to be fair, would they have been cheated out if the actual thing gets revoked though, and it comes out that?
But a lot of it, thing is, if it gets revoked,
Innocent.
it's because of City's lawyers. It's not a case of it's because City are in the right.
Yeah.
It's because of fair backing.
Innocent until proven guilty, though.
We all know City are fucked. We all know it, and we all know if it does get revoked, it's because of the money and their backing.
I think there'll be a lot of hush money. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not because City have broken no rules. They have broken rules. They deserve
what do you
this.
make of the whole thing going around about them getting league titles taken off them? In terms of, like,
I think it would be funny as fuck, but it won't happen.
I don't know if I'm bothered about that. It's like, to me, them titles are just like done and dusted. Like, even if that one, the year United finished second.
It's the same with us as well. I agree with you there. Like, as much as like it adds to our trophy case, it's a bit of a like
hollow.
Yeah,
you're not going to celebrate them now.
No one's going to turn around and celebrate a fucking league title.
And you still finished second, didn't you? Like, I don't care if they cheated with money or whatever. You still finished second. Like, I think
the only person in this planet that's really praying for that is Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
But the thing is, remember when Juventus whole scandal went a couple of years ago, and their titles got revoked?
Yeah,
it didn't even go to second place.
Did it just get revoked completely?
Yeah, I think I prefer that.
I think that'll be the way that it'll go, to be honest. But you touched on the top 5 stuff there. Sheffield United, Everton and Wolves are all around that kind of like challenging for the Europa League spots, like potentially going for the Champions League spots. If one of them can nab 5th and this goes ahead, that's incredible. Especially for a team like Sheffield United.
I mean, it's that race. And now I just can't even speak. I'm so excited for it. That sort of group that's fighting for now an extra space in the Champions League, or like 5th place, you can finish a place lower and still get Champions League football. I think that is so exciting. Like that Chelsea United game last night, I was properly enjoyed that. Because I thought that is big. That's one of the biggest games United season so far.
Definitely.
And there's now between Burnley in 11th and Chelsea in 4th, there's only 7 points.
It's going to be a really interesting end to this season now, especially if that whole thing goes ahead. But I mean, do you look?
I hope it does, just for regardless of what happens to City. I hope for the sake of that race.
Yeah,
it makes it even more exciting.
Do you know what though? Think about Carlo Ancelotti, right? He's coming to an Everton side thinking this needs a lot of work here. He could potentially get Champions League
Sneak
football
him in,
this
couldn't
first season. How much of an achievement would that be, though? I mean, obviously, albeit it would be a little bit of not farcical, but a little bit like based on the scenario, but still, like that'd be incredible.
Yeah, well, he said I want to get Everton to the Champions League, which obviously would be a natural aim for a club like them, but he would never have thought it was going to happen this
definitely
season.
not.
But
It kind of shows how shit the clubs have been.
But it's all them clubs in there are teams that sort of need Champions League, like Tottenham. Mourinho, he'd really want Champions League football for his first season back. Lampard, he'd really want Champions League football. Obviously,
Do you know what I was wondering though? Does that
United.
mean that there's not an extra, but does that mean the Europa League space gets put to the next team as well?
That's a good point.
So obviously it normally goes to 5th and 6th, wouldn't it? So that means 6th and 7th get Europa League.
I'd assume so. Yeah.
So I mean, even then though, someone like I said, Sheffield United and Everton get Europa League.
What's the other route into the Europa League? Because people always.
It's the FA Cup and the League Cup, innit?
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the winners or the runners up, but like that.
Because there's always at least 4. Is it 4 teams?
FIFA.
Can there be 4 English teams in the Europa League?
I think. Well, yeah.
But
They have to go to a qualifier.
I think it's a case of like if someone did win the cup, the person in or the team in 7th don't get it.
Really? But more than 2 teams go into the.
It does throw this.
It might be 4 clubs even from England or able. I'm not sure.
To be fair, this whole thing throws a lot of stuff up into the air, though. Like, in terms of like what can actually be up for grabs for certain teams, though. But
yeah, like I said, the teams that need it, sort of like Arsenal, United, Tottenham, Chelsea. There's teams that would love it, like Wolves, Sheffield United. I mean, Burnley, I think, are maybe a bit too far.
Maybe,
I can't
a little
see
bit.
that, but
I mean,
they could dream. For a Burnley fan, you'd still be dreaming, wouldn't you?
Do you know what though? It could be big for Arsenal as well. You
Yeah.
look at where they are on the table. If they've got that kind of like thing of, you know, they're not 6 points off it. That's only a 2-game swing, really. Potentially, could be a 2 or 3 game swing and getting them back up there.
Good win for Arsenal at the weekend, 4-0.
Yeah,
Looked all right, or did Newcastle just look rubbish? Bit of both, maybe.
bit of both in it, to be honest.
Pepe looked good. Ryan, are you a fan of Pepe?
I was until his comments about.
Oh yeah.
No Premier League defenders face me. Like, shut up, mate! You've scored about 3 goals. Bit of humble pie needed.
Yeah.
Did you hear Roy Keane on, I think it was Monday Night Football, or it might have been the match reaction after the game, was absolutely like livid that they were celebrating like they won the league.
Yeah.
After beating Newcastle 4-0.
Just fuck off, Arsenal.
Is it because Arteta's brought a feel-good factor to them and now they're hungry for winning more than they were under someone like Emery?
I think anyone that came in after Emery was going to lift that team. They were done with him, I think, but you know, I still do think Europa League's realistic for them at the minute.
Yeah.
Just because the way their season's been, they've not got the best squad.
But as an Arsenal fan, like I am, like as a United fan, you're just getting bored of the Europa League.
Oh, definitely.
Especially when they got to the final last year. You've been and done it. Like, just get bored.
I think you said about the big game in that, one of the big games in that race was the top 5 for the top 5 was the game last night between United and Chelsea. Aaron Wan-Bissaka finally got an assist.
I mean, he gets a lot of criticism, Wan-Bissaka, but he has for a lot of the season been putting the ball into dangerous areas, but we've just not really been getting on the end of him.
Give him his due, it's a really good bit of play, that.
Yeah, and that's why he has been doing that a lot, but then a lot of times Martial will be missing his chance in the middle, or someone won't be there, or there'll be no one in the middle, and I think it was a matter of time before someone finished it off, and what a header from Martial.
Great goal, to be fair. What did you make of the 2 goals that got disallowed, though? 2, yeah.
The first one, I think, initially I thought, yeah, that's a push, like if...
There was one angle, we were watching it together, weren't we? And there's one angle, we looked at it and was like, oh...
Yeah.
It looked soft to me. I seen it looked soft. Just because there was an arm in the back of Zuma as he's done it. So I don't know.
Aspilicueta, wasn't it?
Wasn't the one with Zuma?
No, Zuma scored the goal, but Aspilicueta pushed him in the back.
Yeah.
It
just looked a little bit soft.
I don't think it was soft. I think it was the fact that Fred pushed Aspilicueta into him. Like Aspilicueta's giving him a shove. Like it was without whatever Fred did. It was a blatant push. Like you can't deny that is the definition of a push in the back. Like 2 arms extended, push, shove in the back. But it's the fact that Fred nudged him before. which I think maybe could have swayed the referee a bit. But I think if you're looking at that as a VAR sort of whoever they are, the referees or whatever, are sat there looking at that, it looks like a shove in the back. Yeah. I think you can disallow it. And the offside one as well, it was a foot offside. Like, it was tight, but I think that's about the limit of how close VAR calls should be.
Yeah.
Any closer than that, you'd be like, right, that's too close to call. But his foot was a good yard in front, or, a foot's length in front. So I don't think they can complain too much about the disallowed goals, because they just... If you're looking back on that without VAR, you'd be like, that's a shove in the back.
Yeah.
But the main topic was Harry Maguire.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he got lucky there, to be honest.
What for kicking out?
Yeah. Because Son...
It was naughty, that.
Son got sent off for that the other week. And like people have said before and been whinging about, it's just consistency with Premier League referees that we just don't seem to have. Because that couldn't have been any more identical to
I think
the Son one.
It looked blatant to me. Like, I don't know how, like, especially with the whole VAR stuff, like, I don't know how that's not gone to review and been chalked up to like a straight red.
The one thing Maguire did say in the post-match conference, and I'm trying not to be biased, but I do kind of slightly see his point. If someone's falling on you and you're on your back and your legs are up in the air, your natural reaction is to pull your leg up to protect yourself.
I know,
but it didn't look like he was falling.
No, it looked like he extended his leg to me.
Yeah, but
that's the bit. Like,
Batshuayi didn't look like he was falling.
Fair enough, putting your legs up, but then he's extended it out towards him.
Yeah,
that's the bit where it's a bit naughty. That
I was trying to see the other side of it. I do think
just accept that you sent it back to scumbag though.
But what a header though! What a header from Big Maguire, and what a win as well. To beat Chelsea 2-0 when we're 6 points behind them in the race for the top four, that is such a big win. Big performances from Fred.
Better for Gini Wijnaldum, apparently.
Who?
I literally didn't say that.
Oh, wow.
I literally didn't say that.
Oh, wow.
Ryan asked me, would you rather Wijnaldum or Fred? And I said, Wijnaldum's the better player, but I love Fred.
He didn't say that to begin with.
I literally did.
After a bit of debate, that's his answer, but that was not his initial answer, I promise you.
The one I definitely...
Tell you what, what is it, a couple of good games in this season?
Yeah.
Who?
Fred.
Fred's probably been on par with Wijnaldum this season.
I mean,
wow.
next joke,
next one.
You'd understand if you watch United.
Tell you,
I don't think you realise.
Are you working on your routine for the stand-up, mate?
I don't think you realise how good Fred's been this season.
I mean,
you can laugh all you want, but you don't realise how good he's been.
It's easy to shine in a midfield next to Andreas Pereira, mate. Very easy to shine.
But it's probably harder to shine in a midfield next to Pereira, actually.
It's not, because you look a better player.
No, because you're worse because you've got such a bad midfield partnership. Like, look what happened to, what did you say with your defenders? You say, you need Alisson there to steady the ship. So your defence looks worse with someone like Mignolet in the net.
Who said that?
Jake said this on the podcast.
Did he?
He said
what?
Our defence is so much better with someone like Alisson.
Presence. He brings a lot of calm.
So obviously our midfield would be worse with a worse presence like Andrea Pereira in the middle.
But I'm saying individually, it's easier to look better when you're on the ball and like sharp. You look a better player next to someone that's shit. Just by playing well.
But if they're shit, you're not going to be able to do anything because they're shit. If you're on a team of shit players, you're going to look shit.
Have you never heard of the saying, big fish in a small pond, though?
No, I haven't.
Exactly. Charlie Adam looked great in the midfield next to bloody, I can't even name names, playing behind bloody DJ Campbell. Came to Liverpool and played with Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, but he wouldn't. Yeah, but he wouldn't look great if he was playing alongside Andreas Pereira.
I think. I'm pretty sure Andreas Pereira would have.
That's what I'm saying. Fred doesn't need someone good alongside him to be good. He's good on his own.
He
doesn't need someone good.
He's all right.
Anyway, I think you should start watching a bit more football. Jake even admitted he doesn't watch football anymore.
Don't watch as much as I used to.
And another player, Eric Bailly. What a player he looks.
To be fair, I enjoyed that little step over last night.
Yeah.
Very rash in challenges.
Rash.
Yeah, very rash.
What a block against Kovacic.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Mamadou Sakho when he was at us.
Yeah.
Mamadou Sakho.
Really good.
Lovable, but
really
trust him.
Really good defender, really lovable. Quite does mad things on the ball, but can you trust him? I think Bailly's alright. I thought Sakho was good as well, but
I don't think Bailly's really done much wrong. He's made a couple of rash challenges in his time, But he's been injured for the majority of his Man United career.
So
And I've said before...
They've accepted the mediocrity.
Literally.
They're at the point we were at about 10,
I remember a
10
time I
years
wanted
ago.
Mamadou Sakho in our
Yeah,
back line.
exactly. Do you know what I mean? He can't see it because he's not in it.
So Eric Bailly comes back from a 7-month injury, puts in a man of the match display against your top 4 challengers, and you're like, oh, you're settling for mediocrity.
It's when you start comparing the players to the team that's, 25 points clear?
I didn't compare him. Ryan compared him.
You said last night you'd rather Baif and Joel Madden.
Yeah, I
Oh
would.
my God.
Yeah, I would.
Baif and Gomez was you said?
No, I just said Gomez.
Oh,
over
he
Bailly.
said Joel Madden.
Anyway, let's move on from that. And talk about a proper team. Liverpool's unbeaten record still in the bag. Yeah, good win against Norwich.
Yeah.
Hard fought. What were your thoughts on that, right?
Shite again.
Yeah, it
It's just so boring.
wasn't boring, but it was like it wasn't a steamroll.
Nah, it was
We
just.
got the win, happy
yeah.
days. But credit Norwich, they put up a fight.
They
They
did
need
play
to and
very,
all.
very well.
Yeah, just Manny came on and Manny did what Manny
Do you
does.
know what though? I've seen some stat before, and I think looking ahead, like we'll talk about the Champions League later, but looking ahead to that game in a sense, it looks like it's gonna be our strongest 11. Now that 11 hasn't played on this pitch at all, on the same pitch at all this season as like a starting 11. So I think our strongest 11 of obviously having Mane in there, Gomez in there, Alisson, all players, Salah as well. That's all been out injured. Fabinho. Not all of them are starting the same game. So I think it's actually credit to that team that they've been able to come in, chop and change every single game, and just keep going, which is I find mad.
Firmino looked good.
Who?
Firmino. Good
Yeah, to be
finish.
fair.
Oh wait, did he miss? Oh yeah, he missed. Sorry. Sorry, my mistake.
Who's
I
your
thought the best striker in the world would bury that, but obviously not.
Someone's better about.
I know, yeah.
Someone's better about being mediocre.
What are your thoughts on Firmino?
I think everyone knows our thoughts on Firmino.
He's a
We
boss
love
player.
Firmino.
We love him.
Settling for mediocrity.
We'll settle for that Champions League and Premier League now we'll get this season as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's mediocrity, that's great.
I know.
I'll settle for that.
How many games we played? 26. Or how many games in Premier League this season have we played?
26.
26?
How many have we
Yeah.
lost? How many have we lost? Oh.
Mediocre, lad. Mediocre.
Do you know what though? Right, the question I do want to ask you is right. So obviously, I think that game took us past. Was it Nottingham Forest for
Losing count, mate.
Well, it
All these
took us past
records.
Nottingham Forest as the set to put us into second on the all-time record of unbeaten runs in the not Premier League, the football top division in England, and we're only behind Arsenal, who've got 49 now, obviously from the Invincible season. So do you two think that Liverpool could actually go ahead and top Arsenal in that sense? I think they only need 6 more games to equal it, and
But
7
to
more
beat
to top.
it's Everton away and City away.
Do you
We
think
need 6 more games unbeaten.
Yeah, 6 more to equal 7 to take them over. Do you think
No.
they could do it?
No,
Do you reckon?
no,
Is that more hope or is that more just?
no. There's got to be a slip. You've just scraped so many games. I've said it before. You've got to slip up at some point. There's got to be a game where it's like, right, you've been shit and you're actually going to lose.
And he's
today.
going to treat it like United's own.
Oh
Premier League
no,
title.
he's going to be unbearable.
You
if
asked
that
the question and I've answered it.
happens. No, I appreciate. But yeah,
You'll get the confetti ready.
come in with party. What is it? Fucking party poppers and that.
You'll be straight on to Twitter.
Do you think we'll do it right?
Yeah, but it's just City away scary.
It is, to be fair. And then the other thing I know Rye's sick to death of this because I've talked about it a lot in the lecture we had the other day. But I think Todd Cantwell was getting linked to Liverpool after.
Speaking of mediocrity,
Yeah, no, but I think he's put in 2 very impressive performances in front of Klopp. And I think there's been people have been linking him to us alongside Tottenham, United. I think City have been linked as well. But what would you make of? And obviously, Rye, you wouldn't want him to sign for Liverpool.
No,
Why is that?
just feel he's not good enough.
Do you not think?
No, I feel like we can do better with the money we have. And like the appeal we have now,
Yeah.
just we can do better than Todd Cantwell.
Well-
I like the fact he's young, he's English, he's upcoming and all, but I just don't think.
Do you not think for the price of him, would it not be?
But no, why don't we go out and he will be a cheap alternative and all. But the thing is, we have the money. Like we have the money now to go out and get a Sancho for example.
Danny Drinkwater would be a cheap alternative. You can't just be settling for mediocrity. No, I'm genuinely being serious. Like Jake says, he's a cheaper option, but surely a team like Liverpool, like you said.
No, I agree with that.
And we have the likes of Harry Wilson and Curtis Jones. Like, I don't want Todd Cantwell.
Yeah. Surely Todd Cantwell has done about the same as what Harry Wilson. Maybe Harry Wilson's been a little bit worse, but like. Yeah.
No, my only argument for it is I think Klopp's made a habit of signing players that have been relegated. You know, obviously Robertson's been unbelievable since he's come from a relegated club. Wijnaldum, another one. I know Shaqiri hasn't been unbelievable, but he's been a good squad player. I'm only thinking maybe it'd go along that trend. And would he not provide a cheap alternative for someone like Grealish or Maddison?
Do you need another midfielder though?
With Lallana going, yeah.
I thought that was Minamino was his
But yeah, Cantwell plays out wide, does he not? Yeah.
Plays in like the attacking three. What?
Cantwell plays out wide, does he not?
He does, but then he seems to come inside a lot. And I think like the way he plays, I think he could do a very similar job to someone like Lallana or Wijnaldum.
I just don't want them. Don't need
Have
them.
you not got a player in your academy that could just do that?
Possibly.
Curtis Jones.
It's going to probably be better than.
If we brought Cantwell, that's just hindering Curtis Jones, for example. I just don't. Would you have him?
Cantwell.
Yeah.
No. I think he's a championship player.
If Mr. Mediocre's saying that, like, why would we want him?
I just think he's a good player.
Here's my rogue shout for the season. Well, next season, he's going to sign for Everton.
Do you reckon?
It's the most Everton signing I've ever seen in my life.
Nah.
There we go.
I feel like
Todd Cantwell, 25 million.
I think you should just be careful with, like, you know, the odd player turns up and runs around a fair bit against you and, like, does the odd trick or something, like Minamino. You can't just sign everyone that has a good game against you.
Before we signed him, to be fair, you were bombing Minamino.
I thought it was a decent signing, yeah.
Give players
time, I'd only seen him in 2 games, which was against you.
But to be fair, though, with that, with the Minamino thing, Klopp's players have historically always taken time to bed in. I feel like you'll see the best of him.
He didn't even make the squad against Norwich, did he?
Nah. I think he was in the squad the previous 2 games. I don't think he was in it this week. But, you know, it'll come. Got faith in it, but I think the only other thing after that in terms of the Premier League big news, Spurs 3-2 win against Burnley. Villa, sorry.
They just seem to be doing the job, don't they? They don't seem to be playing that well, but it's very Mourinho, isn't it? Just
right at the death, wasn't it, though?
Getting a win.
Literally at last kick.
Pure mistake from Engels, wasn't it, as well?
Seeing though, Son's out now for a few weeks now. What did he actually do to himself?
Broke his arm or something, fractured his arm or something like that.
In training?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when he's done it. Because he scored. He was on the pitch right at the end of that game to score winner. So don't know when he's done it. Well, I think Spurs look all right. Won 3 in a row now under Mourinho.
I think it's just a case of having Mourinho's resilience there, innit? Like you can see the players are starting to get a bit of that bite.
Yeah, and I think the fact he is missing Kane is a big.
Oh
big
yeah,
loss.
definitely.
Like they looked a lot.
You're basically missing 30 goals a season.
Yeah, a lot better with Kane in the lineup. So I want to see what they're like under Mourinho when Kane gets back and what signs they make in the summer. But
do you think Villa will stay up?
I hope not. Just make Grealish cheaper when we sign him. I've swayed from Maddison to Grealish. I was saying this to you last night, Ryan. At the start of the season, I would have said Maddison over Grealish, which I think probably most people have done because obviously Grealish hasn't proven himself in the Premier League. But gradually this season, I've been more and more impressed by Grealish and how he just sort of takes games by the scruff of the neck and just wins them almost by himself for Villa. And he was good again against Tottenham. And I just think he has the backbone because he's played in like a sort of relegated side and a side fighting for promotion in the Championship. He's going to have the backbone to succeed at somewhere like United. So I kind of hope Villa. I do like Villa though, so I kind of want them to stay up at the same time. But if they do go down, it'll mean Grealish will have a very good chance of going to United.
He's a baller, to be fair. I do like Jack Grealish.
Right.
Yeah, I love Grealish.
Is that agreed?
Would you have him?
Something we can agree on.
We literally talked about Fest last night. Grealish at Liverpool. No, but that's simply because the abundance that we have in midfield. Taking off away from Grealish, I love him, but I don't think we need him.
I think if you're Grealish though, you'd rather, providing we get Champions League football, you would rather go to United.
Depends.
Is he going to start week in, week out at Liverpool?
I feel like a player like him, he'd think he would, you know. Genuinely, I feel like his attitude, I think he'd actually think, well, I'm good enough to.
Would he though?
Maybe.
But the other option is to go to United, be the poster boy, and be the, the fulcrum of that team.
Yeah, but it's a lot of. To be fair, it's a lot of pressure to go to United right now and be their main player.
But that's what I mean. I think he can handle that pressure.
I think he could. I'd be scared if Hughes got Grealish, to be honest. I think he's
and Sancho. What about Sancho?
He ain't going.
I want Sancho.
He is not going to.
I think there's going to be a serious tug of war over Jadon Sancho. Imagine being him, thinking he has got the pick of Europe.
He really has.
He could literally go anywhere in Europe. I think every top European club would be interested in him.
I know
Barcelona, Real Madrid, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
I know Liverpool have been getting linked with him in the past.
He's a Chelsea fan, so.
He's been getting heavily linked with Chelsea, I've seen.
Yeah, but
they need to get rid of Pedro.
Yeah, but they've just won the sign with Ziyech from Ajax, aren't they? Literally for the summer. So I don't feel like they'll then go and splash another load of money on him. Like, I mean, they got Hudson-Odoi there as well.
There's your front three. Abraham down the middle, Hudson-Odoi on the left, Sancho on the right, Ziyech in behind.
Well, but they
that's
love
frightening prospect.
Kanté, just behind them.
Yeah, but think about someone like Mason Mount as well.
Oh, baller he is.
Don't know. I don't rate Mason Mount.
Do you not?
I think he's all right. I don't think he's anything special. I think he's decent. I don't know. I'm not sold by him, but Ryan seems to like him.
I think he's an absolute baller. Okay, I think. What's the next thing we've got to talk about? Was it Champions League?
Yeah, we can move on to Champions League now. I don't see why not. And I know you've written the list, Jake. You've missed out the big one, the Europa League.
Well,
I'll let you start.
I just didn't think it was worth talking about, to be honest, but I'm joking. Champions League was big game for us tonight, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, getting away goal, don't lose. Happy days.
Like I said before, that'll be the first time, hopefully, that we'll see that starting 11, strongest starting 11 we've got, arguably, on the pitch together.
You think you'll play that tonight?
I'd have thought so.
Sorry, I just spotted Ryan with his hands quite a long way down his kegs.
Oh my god.
Trousers.
It's a lovely image for the view.
A little bit disturbing.
When I just saw a wag once he said Liverpool starting lineups going to be together. Got excited.
We're just trying to talk about Champions
just thinking
League
of that fucking midfield with Fabinho.
I was like, oh, money back.
So is your full team fit?
Yeah. I think we're now injury free, but I think Shaqiri's still got a knock. But besides that, I think we're back now.
And Klein back in training.
Fuck Nathaniel Klein, man.
So what's your? I can kind of guess what your defence sort of go-to defence would be. What about midfield? Henderson, Fabinho,
Why now?
Judy, 100%.
Not Oxlade-Chamberlain. Don't think he misses out.
Not for
Love
a big
Ox,
game
but
like
he's
that.
not top for
Really?
Not for a big game like that. I think you want that midfield in there because
away at Athletic.
Yeah.
Does Minamino even get another bench?
Probably not.
Probably
Two defenders, and then I'd put
Ox.
Keita and Ox with
I think he gets in there. Origi in. I think he's
between
better.
Minamino or Lallana, unless I'm missing someone.
Shaqiri.
But Shaqiri's injured.
No, I think Minamino gets in that, but then he probably might have Milner on the bench as well.
Milner, forgot about Milner.
Yeah.
I'd have Milner.
Yeah, but give him time.
Surely he'll have Milner on the bench.
Yeah, he'll be there, but
Atletico have been struggling there in the league, haven't they? They haven't looked.
Have been scoring many goals.
I know a lot of that's to do with the fact that the way they play, it is very much it's based on like counter attacking in it, and it's like based on like individual players.
Will that suit them though for knockout football?
It would be if they had players fit.
Diego Costa's back.
He is, but then I don't feel like they got that player anymore. Like, obviously they had Griezmann last season. I think they brought that Felix in the summer.
He's not really done it.
Who was meant to be like? I mean, he looked really, really good for Benfica, but I feel like it's so hard to be a creative player in that side because you're asked to do everything.
Yeah.
Like it's such a rigid defensive structure, and it's a lot down to like individual inspiration on the break, and it's. I wouldn't envy. I'd hate to be a striker in that team.
But if there's any team in Europe that can park the bus, it's them and nick a goal in a Champions League tie. It's them.
I'm wary of them.
I'm wary of them, but I don't feel like they're the same side they were like 3-4 years ago. I mean, what's that defence now? They've lost Godin. Who else have they? I mean, who was at the back?
Hernandez.
Jimenez and who else?
Or is he
Hernandez? Who's that? Hernandez.
Yeah.
There's
No,
two
he
in
was
the
at
back.
he's at Bayern.
Yeah.
Who's at the back? Jimenez and Savage.
Maybe, yeah.
That doesn't really scare me that much, to be honest.
We really need to pay more attention to
European football.
We really do. It's hard though with how much it costs to.
But even if they nicked 1-0 at the Wanda Metropolitano tonight, I still wouldn't be confident as an Atletico fan, which obviously I know.
Not going back to Anfield. I feel like if we can get a goal, I feel like the tie will be done.
Yeah.
Just because I think having Anfield as the second leg, like City have had to come, like, the amount of teams that have had that experience over the past couple of years, where they've had to come back to Anfield for the second leg, like they've not been able to cope with it. But
the other game is that tonight?
It was there, I think.
Oh no, I was just saying if Tottenham's game is tonight as well.
Oh, is it?
No,
is it tomorrow? Yeah, so obviously the other English team's Tottenham against Leipzig, innit?
I think that could be quite a little entertaining one. I think I'll tune in for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs for me is like happy days if they get a win and don't concede. 1-0, 2-0, happy days for Spurs. Mourinho would be chuffed.
No striker though. Who's going to play up top? Troy Parrott.
God. Maybe Dele Alli.
Lucas Moura.
Maybe Dele Alli is a kind of like false nine.
I think Lucas Moura,
striker.
but then who plays on the wing? Who else?
Bergwijn.
Lamella
Yeah.
Bergwijn. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Josie. No, he'll be tuning in.
No space for Rashford.
The other game tonight though, was it PSG?
Dortmund, yeah.
PSG Dortmund.
That is. I'm sorry, but that is goals.
Sancho and Haaland versus Neymar and then
I
Mbappe.
think
Let's get the old dual screen going tonight.
Honest to God, that'd be a good game to watch.
That'll be more entertaining than your game.
Oh, definitely. I feel like for the football neutral, like that is ideal.
Yeah.
Who do you think comes out on top in that though? Because I feel like
Who's at home, sorry?
it is Dortmund.
I still think PSG.
Really?
I think scored. We should be predicting Champions League.
I think it'll end up about 5-4 or something stupid.
I'm going to say 2-2
I predicted 2-2 on my old Super
or
Sixes.
3-2 PSG.
Drew 4-all the other night, PSG.
Tell you what though, you said about Haaland then, right? Have you seen his goal record? He won Bundesliga Player of the Month in his third month, and he's not played like 90 minutes yet. The guy's played 54 minutes, I think, or something, and scored like
What
8
could
goals.
have been?
Yeah.
Nah, I feel like that though. Have you heard all the stuff? I think Mino Raiola is his agent, isn't it?
There's been some serious rumblings with Mino Raiola going on with United.
Yeah,
have you seen
yeah.
what's come out about Pogba?
Yeah, but I think that's why Hughes didn't go in for him. I think a lot of it's to do with just dealing with him again.
Pogba's a great player, world class player, but he's not Fizz Hassel, I don't think.
I don't even know if
He's been going on
his
for
agent,
so long.
I don't know if it's anything is literally down to him as an individual. I don't think he's actually done that much wrong.
I don't think he has, no.
Because if you look at Luke, like someone made a good point on Twitter, Lukaku sulked and forced his way out of United because he said, "I'm not going to play. I don't want to play for you." Obviously, left and went to Inter. Pogba didn't do that in the summer. He could have done that, but he didn't. He just got his head down and carried on being professional. Probably did want to move away, but didn't. Kick up a fuss, and he's ended up staying.
I think the agent's the one that shot him in the foot there. Because I mean,
Raiola.
Now I don't agree with all this shit of like, players can't be happy after games and stuff like. Yeah, like all this stuff, like where it's like people are, it's like Roy Keane and Souness that can't stand him because he dances and has like stupid haircuts. Like, why just let him?
He is a quality player though.
He's unbelievable. I mean, yeah, one of the best, most talented players.
I just think the sad thing is if he does leave United, and he probably will leave not having ever fulfilled his potential, he'll go somewhere else and be unbelievable.
Yeah,
and it's just going to sicken every United fan just to look at it, which is frustrating, but. Yeah, some things just aren't meant to be.
I feel like long term that'll do use wonders though. I feel like having to deal with an agent like Raiola would just be a pain in the arse. Because who else has he got in the books? And obviously you got him.
He's got Jesse Lingard on now.
Oh, why is he going for Lingard?
Obviously Lingard's going to try to get a move in the summer, I think. But.
Is it that Matthias De Ligt that's got him as well?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like any young player, why would you want him as an agent?
I must think now. How does he convince them all to sign with him?
Because you must just look at his track record and think, what a prick. Like, he just causes issues for players wherever they are. Because he just kicks them.
He must be a serious salesman. Just sells
smooth
himself.
Talker.
Yeah,
takes them out, a bit of wine and dining.
Yeah.
But so you predicted Dortmund and PSG and Dortmund to be a bit of a score draw. Yeah. Then looking ahead Thursday then. With City the Europa League.
City West Ham on Wednesday as well, isn't it? That's a bit of a dead game. That's such a City 6-0. Pissed off about financial fair play. Just slap West Ham about. Make David Moyes cry.
I would love to see that, I'm not going to lie. Who's it?
Let's look at this Europa League.
This is what... Just get this list up, Jake. This Europa League... What I said is, it should just be half of what it is. If you look at half the teams in this, so if I'll just go through each tie and pick out the better team, if you had just these teams in it from after the knockout stage, you'd be like, that's a decent little tournament.
Yeah,
if it was
round of 32,
if it was Sevilla United, Frankfurt, Celtic, Ajax, Inter Milan, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, Basel, Alkmaar, Leverkusen or Porto, either way, Arsenal, Rangers, Roma, Wolfsburg, Wolves. That's a decent group of teams that's like fairly balanced. But it's just all the other little teams like Lask, Nicosia, Getafe, well, maybe Getafe a third. So Ludogorets. Like, do they really need to be in it? Cluj. I don't mind the odd one that's like come through the qualifiers and earned the right to be there. And maybe in place of someone like Porto who haven't been as good. But
I think it's just it's such a it goes on for so long, doesn't it?
Yeah. This round is just a waste of time because the majority
of them though. But how did they get how did they kind of cut it down then? Because obviously you got the teams from the Champions League who drop into it. Do you just go with the winners then? Be like winners of the group?
No, sure. UEFA Cup had the format. People who dropped down from the Champions League, but yet they just had the same amount of groups as Champions League. I can't remember how they did it.
A way of doing it, just having a certain amount of groups.
I'm going to have to look into that because that's going to annoy me, but they definitely had it.
But just, I'd probably have that thing that was getting touted about a couple of months ago about a third tier of European competition for the teams like Nicosia and Lask and all, Ludogorets. Why not just take a third tier and people like Burnley and teams like, I don't know, Southampton can actually have a European sort of run for their fans? Where's the problem with that? Sort of filter out all the shit from the Europa League, make that more watchable, and then have a third tier.
And then you can even say something like, winner of that goes into the Europa League and kind of make that, because that would make it a lot more prestigious, wouldn't it? To be honest,
that's what they are doing.
Oh, did they actually want to do that?
Yeah, if a Conference League winner goes into the Europa League.
But I think if they do that, they'll have to cut down the Europa League.
I mean, to be honest, I think for the neutral, it'd be pretty shite to watch, but,
Yeah, but I think that
teams like mid-table Premier League teams,
Ludogorets will still take a massive amount of fans to, like, Burnley away. They'd still do it, and it'd be like a big day out for them, wouldn't it? And Burnley would take a load of...
I just don't feel like the quality of football...
No, it wouldn't be great, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think, they've got to try and balance it between, like, getting the... It's a weird, because I don't think they get that many... I think avid football fans would obviously tune in and watch it because they're interested in watching football regardless. But I think you get a lot of people that aren't exactly really, really interested in it that watch the Champions League and even the Europa League when there's bigger teams in it. Like the others, they ain't going to be watching Burnley. And to viewing numbers, they'll probably be
it's a niche group anyway, because no one's going to be watching Burnley, Southampton in the Premier League anyway. So
yeah. No, but I do agree with that though. I think it'd be quite good.
But United have got Bruges away on Thursday, which actually is quite a big game.
Do you think he'll play a full strength squad in it?
I don't know. It's a tricky one. I've wrote an article about this the other week because it's so sort of finely balanced between whether United go for the top four or for the Europa League. Because we've beaten Chelsea with 3 points off the top four, but then we're also in the Europa League, which is another route in. I feel like he'll probably go slightly weaker in the Europa League. I think now
we're a few kids in it.
Now we're in for a shout. Yeah, I could see Greenwood starting, but I don't think he's going to go all out like he did against Astana. But I think there'll be the odd one here and there. Greenwood will start. Dalot maybe will start.
Williams.
Romero. Williams probably will. But other than that, I think maybe a Gallo might get a game. But I couldn't see a Gallo and Greenwood. I think Martial, because he'll want to keep him happy and keep him in good form. He'll probably start. I'm quite looking forward to it.
What are the big ties from this then? So I think
Getafe Ajax should be a good one. Getafe doing well in La Liga.
Benfica versus Shakhtar is a big game.
Yeah, but
that realistically is a Champions League tie from 10 years ago.
The next round will be interesting. There's quite a few.
Leverkusen Porto as well.
Yeah.
Olympiacos Arsenal, Rangers Braga. So
there's quite a few teams I'd want to avoid next round.
I'd love a Scottish team to get an English team. I would love a Rangers versus Wolves. Would love it.
What about Celtic versus United?
Any of a combination you pick.
Big game, that.
I'd love to watch
it. Harking back to the days of, Shinsuke Nakamura bagging free kicks against United. Old Trafford. Absolute baller.
No, I'm kind of looking forward to there being a bit of European football. Obviously, I prefer the Champions League, but what can you do?
Said about European football there as well. Been a fair bit of news in European football, in all around Europe, aren't there?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to start with first?
Some good, some bad. I think we'll start with the Barcelona one, the emergency transfer.
That for me is one of the wildest things going. Like, imagine that happened in England. Like, for anyone that doesn't know, essentially Barcelona were, well, it was Ousmane Dembele was ruled out for 5 to 6 months with I think, what was it, hamstring injury?
Yeah, hamstring
injury, which he's had surgery for. So La Liga's rules state that they can make an emergency transfer at any time of the season that this happens if a player is out for more than 5 months. So they've went to Leganes and basically taken Martin Braithwaite away from him.
But they have to sign someone from La Liga though.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing, I think.
But it's just the fact that like they activate the release clause for that Braithwaite, and they can do nothing about that because obviously Braithwaite's going to want to go to Barca.
Yeah.
So that for me is fucked. Like, imagine like this happened with United or like Liverpool, and we went to like say for example we
got Pookie.
No, we went to like something like Villa and said now we want Grealish.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was like, that's such a fucked concept, really, isn't it?
Yeah. But is Braithwaite that important? Actually, no, I'll take that back, because obviously he's their starting striker.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying. Like,
it's more like Pookie at Norwich. They need Pookie to have any chance of staying up.
Such a mad concept, isn't it?
I just find it weird that they have to be from La Liga. If anything, it'd make more sense if they weren't from La Liga. Like, someone takes someone like Giroud that isn't playing, or take someone from China that isn't playing. Why does it have to be someone from La Liga and hinder one of the other teams?
Aren't allowed to buy anyone now.
Yeah, that's the most stupid thing. I don't get that at all. Like, sure, like, I mean, it's not like they haven't got players either.
Yeah, and I seen
Barcelona got that. What's his name? Is it? I don't know if it's Fatty, who looks an absolute baller. Why can't they just play him?
I seen a tweet as well this morning. This famed youth setup Barcelona has, this famed academy.
When was the last player that came through?
Yeah, do we not have someone who can come up from it?
Well, he looks a good player, but surely that would have been the answer, wouldn't it? Bringing him in and letting him play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Phil Coutinho out on loan, who surely they could bring back.
Yeah, that's the point.
You know, it just makes no sense.
Got Lionel Messi.
Yeah, it's not exactly like they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's.
How do you think they prove someone's going to be out for 5 months?
No, for La Liga sounds fair doctors.
Yeah, really? I think
it's not like school. You got to get a doctor's note signed.
Right, you made an interesting point there, though. I know it's a bit of deviating off topic, but like, when was the last player that Barca put? Like,
oh no, I'm not doubting Barca. I wasn't.
No, but I'm being
personally
genuinely
doubting.
serious. When was the last player that came through after that little golden generation that was like you were thinking, wow, what a player?
Sergio Roberto.
But even he's not like as a part of the squad. He's not like he's not integral to that team.
I think Fatty could be next one though, because he is only 16 and he is scoring.
But considering this whole famed La Mesa setup's been like lauded as being amazing, like it's United. I'd have United set up over Barca's.
Yeah.
Considering
would you have it over Liverpool's?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
United.
I'd agree.
To be fair, you have got a very, very good history and a very good track record for just bringing through young players. I think when was last? You've got like a really good record for it, haven't you?
Yeah, we haven't. We've had a youth player in the squad for the last ridiculous amount of years, like 15 odd years or something. But the other Barcelona one that I spotted this week on my hunt for football news. Barcelona denied hiring a firm to produce disparaging social media posts aimed at its own players, such as Lionel Messi and Gerard Piqué.
Oh.
So there's a claim that they hired people to make social media accounts and slag off Messi and Piqué for damaging the president's reputation. Because there was some sort of argument between Messi and the president, wasn't there?
Well, it was to do with the comments that Abidal made, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something to do with Abidal coming out and basically backing the manager that got sacked. But saying that there's certain players in the club that he wouldn't name that were very that didn't treat him very well. And I think Messi came out and basically said, well, if you're not going to say names, then don't bother talking.
Yeah.
Do
you think Barcelona would really do that? Just make social media accounts.
Who made the claim?
It's a radio station. That's mad, that though. If that comes out as true, it's very.
Imagine that was your job title. What do you do for a living? I'll just give Messi shit on Twitter.
Do you think you can put that on a CV? Worked for Barcelona.
They claimed the attacks were made against Guardiola, Xavi, and Puyol as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I just don't. How did that radio station even work that out?
Possibly though. I mean, would that not maybe? I know there's been a lot of talk of Messi leaving Barcelona this season.
And he's not going to City now, is he?
That's
But
what
he's
I
not
found
going
so
to
funny.
City.
It went from City being linked to Messi to getting linked to League Two.
Yeah. I think, to be honest though, I'd think that'd be the only place he'd go. So I don't think you'll see him later. Just because of Guardiola. Where else do you think Messi would go? I just couldn't imagine him anywhere.
Nah,
Really.
I know what you mean. I think I'd say PSG, but then I think that's it. I'm only thinking of a place that could afford him.
That's more of a Ronaldo place to go. PSG.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, do you know what I'd really love to see just for the shit arsery, him to go to Real Madrid? Imagine.
That would just tarnish his whole legacy.
Oh, it would, but it'd be absolutely
It'd have to be true, and
Yeah.
it'd have to be a lot worse.
Like that'd be like the Figo situation on
Barcelona
steroids.
hired some hitman to go around to Messi's house and
Fuck
shoot
him
his
up.
dog or something. And then
What
he
are
goes
you
to Real
talking? Since when was Messi John Wick?
Yeah, he just goes to Real Madrid. Takes his shirt off when he scores his first Madrid goal. And it's a picture of John Wick.
You don't fuck with John Wick's dog, man. And then the other one, which is Joe, we'll talk about the negative one and we'll end on a bit more of a positive one to end with. So obviously there was the Marega for Porto racism incident. Now I know you tweeted about this midweek. I just want to hear your thoughts because obviously you're quite passionate about.
What really annoyed me, I thought, okay, right, there's been some racism again, which I'm sick of talking about, but for some reason it just keeps happening. And it's the reaction of the Porto players that annoyed me more, because they're all trying to drag Marega back onto the pitch and stop him from walking off. Surely if that's your teammate, you're gonna stand by him and say, right, that's enough's enough. We'll walk off with you. If you feel like that, we'll walk off. Why on earth would you be the one to? Who are you to tell him to just say, right, you're staying on the pitch, grow up, just get on with it? That's just so out of order and disloyal, really, from the Porto players. And seriously, if I was Marega, I'd really be having a hard look at him and saying, do I really want to be here if that's the way my teammates are going to be? Because that is just complete disloyalty to him.
I found it. Do you know what I found baffling as well? The fact that, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't they wanting to bring on another black player in place of Marega when they're already racially abusing? Yeah. That for me is baffling.
It's just a lack of understanding. It just seems weird. But it's another country that you didn't. Did you really associate racism with Portugal? I know, a place like Bulgaria we've spoken about before.
I never really. I know I've got a mate who is a massive Benfica fan from when he grew up in Portugal. And I know he said that the ultras over there, the fans are crazy. But I never said anything. I never read anything about racism over there. So that's a bit surprising.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, to be fair.
In terms
sad,
of
to be honest.
Yeah.
It really is sad that we're still talking about. I think one of the first things we talked about on this podcast. I know we've only been doing it 6 months, 7 months now.
VAR and racism, just two things we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, imagine coming on 1 week and just not having to talk about either.
Yeah,
be absolute bliss. Because both things are such a negative thing.
The one thing I did like, Marega scored and stuck middle fingers up to the fans. And also, credit to the referee, he didn't book him. I think maybe he got booked for the celebration, but he didn't book him for his reaction in the initial reaction to the racism when he tried to storm off.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Which is finally a bit of understanding, which hasn't always been the case with referees.
And not to kind of not to kind of take away from the seriousness of it, but I think we just want to get away from talking about negativity because it's not, to kind of end the podcast a bit of a lighter note. I showed you this yesterday. Dani Osvaldo has returned after 4 years out of playing football. And I think he came on against River Plate in the who's he playing for? I need to look up the actual
former
team.
Southampton player Dani Osvaldo. Was he their record signing at one point?
I think so. He scored the goal against Man City. The turn outside the box, top corner. Who remembers it? Lovely kid as well. That was.
He's came back at the age of 34 after retiring from football at the age of 30 to go and pursue a music career. And he's come back again playing for Banfield in Argentina. But the maddest thing is as well, it's he's done so much in this 4 year stint. I think he went on the Italian version of Strictly Come Dancing, and this rock band as well. But just think of think about it, right? Imagine being able to tell your kids that that being a Premier League footballer wasn't the most interesting thing you did with your life.
Yeah,
that's a wild life.
He's always a bit of a bad lad, wasn't he, Osvaldo?
Yeah.
He got in a fight at training at Southampton, didn't he?
With someone,
There you go.
He scored a fair few goals
He's a
there.
good player.
Roma,
Do you know what?
27 in 55 for Roma.
He's quite a good player, to be
I
honest.
think that's what got him his move to Southampton, and he got 3 and 13 there. So
And earned his move to Juventus.
Somehow.
Oh yeah, I forgot he went to Juventus. Yeah. Oh, there's another one as well.
He's a good who am I?
Yeah, that'd be a tricky one. There's another one
Watch out for that one
as
in the
well.
coming
That,
weeks.
another little story I wanted to end on. Did you hear the post office drama with Maurizio Sarri?
No.
So basically, he said if I wanted a job with no pressure, I'd have gone and worked at the post office, and this Italian post office was not happy about that and responded and said, contrary to what Mr. Sarri claims, pressure does exist at the post office. I just love that they've just really taken that to heart. I mean, like, well, our job's just as hard as that. We are waiting for him in one of our 15,000 centres so that he can see our daily work in person.
Imagine Sarri going and doing like a fucking work placement at the post office.
He's just made a little throwaway comment about, about the pressure of the Juventus job, and somehow the official Italian post office is taking offence to it. I thought it was quite funny.
That is the...
Just like when Sarri's having a bit of stress with the Juventus job, he's thinking, all right, how am I going to fit Ronaldo into this team? And he's got the Italian post office on the phone whinging. Like, you're being nasty to us. Like, for God's sake, you must think, what next? But, yeah, Ryan, I think we're on to predictions now.
Predictions time. Right. Well, no rogue shouts came through from last week.
Can we just have a
So
reminder what the
nearly.
rogue... Like, can we have a reminder what the
So
rogue shots
nearly.
were?
For rogue shouts, Igalo didn't score. Close, but he didn't. Tamori wasn't playing, so he didn't score for me,
No.
fuck's sake. Jake Minamino just wasn't in the squad.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it just keeps getting worse.
God.
And
I forgot I shouted that out. Jesus Christ. Better luck next time, boys.
Ray
Come on.
said Mourinho would go to the stands, but Mourinho was celebrating the last minute winner. So, yeah, we're all shit. And we had a pair of wicked predictions. There was one perfect score. Augie predicted United win 2-0. But before that, he got all the previous 4 results wrong.
Completely?
Really? Wrong. So, yeah, you were saved with
What
it.
did I say? What were the other results?
Well, you predicted Norwich to win,
Oh, yeah.
Villa and Spurs to draw, Southampton to win, and Leicester to win. None of this obviously happened. Race only got 1 point. If you're listening at home, Race just not good enough. We expect better here at Route 1 Football Podcast. I got 2 and Jake got 2. So the scores right now is
Ollie's basically come in with an Aguero moment there.
Augie's on
Last minute
37,
winner.
Jake you're on 28, and I'm on 44.
You're on 44.
He keeps adding points on, I
Yeah,
reckon.
I'm going to give you this book afterwards so you can go
I
for it.
swear I was
all on your
winning
own.
them predictions at one point.
Tell you, he's
I
definitely
probably
adding
first
points on when he goes
give-
home. We don't get to look at this book at home.
I'm literally offering you the book right now. Bring it home this week. Have a look through. Go looking for past podcasts. Sore losers, boys. Right, but on to next week's podcast. Or prediction, sorry.
Go on. Which games you got for us this week?
Alright, first game, Southampton at home to Villa.
This is one we're going to tune in for, isn't it, Ryan? We're having a bit of a marathon on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to get a dirty stream up for that one.
Dirty stream.
I'm going to say 1-1. I don't think I can pick a winner in that one.
Southampton Villa. 2-1 Southampton.
I'm going for 2-1 Villa.
Villa seem to be the sort of nearly men, don't they? Like, nearly got a result at Tottenham but come away with nothing. Just always seem to nearly get results. Next one, Ryan.
Leicester at home to City, which on paper it was like, oh, big game and all. Is it not?
Yeah,
Is it not big?
Yeah, what is it now?
We'll still tune in, have a wee look, but yeah, what are we thinking?
Leicester at home to City. 1-1.
1-1. I'm going to go for 2-2.
Yeah, I was leaning towards 2-2, but I think there's going to be a winner. I think it's going to be City. 2-1 City.
2-1 City. Wolves at home to Norwich.
Wolves 3, Norwich 1.
I think it's lights out for Norwich.
Yeah.
Todd
Todd Cantwell, he might score the goal. Rogue
Is that your rogue shout? Todd Cantwell to
Yeah.
score.
Rogue shout, I'm back on my boy.
You know if I was literally going to be my rogue shout
What's
for
that? What's
him to come back and bite me. But you stole it off me. So I'm going to have to think of another one. Cheers, Jake.
Oh, well. Should have said it first.
What did you predict for game, sorry?
I put 3-1 to Wolves.
I'm saying 1-0 Norwich.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Arsenal at home to Everton also on Sunday. Some good games.
That's a big one for Champions League race. For the bottom rung of stragglers aiming for Champions League, that 5th place.
I'm going to go 1-0 Everton.
I'm going to decide who I want to win, depending on what will make it even tighter at the top. If Arsenal beat Everton, that'll make it even tighter. So I'm going to go Arsenal 2-0. No, 2-1.
Yeah.
3-2.
3-2. Make it remind me. And finally, personally, my game of weekend, just about Chelsea at home to Spurs.
Don't like it in the big games, does he, Lampard, or is that just against United? That's what I'm basing that off. 8-1, on aggregate for United against Chelsea this season.
Wow.
Including the cup. Just makes you think, doesn't it? You're all up Lampard's arse, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
Let's be
tactical
serious, that
masterclass.
fixture's a fall from grace, isn't it? Think of how big that fixture used to be.
Well, it's still got to be one, and Ole's still winning it.
What did you say, sorry? Score?
I'm still thinking that's Jake.
I'm
Jake?
still thinking of Scully.
I'll try to think of one.
Who's the game again? Tottenham Chelsea.
I'll
Who's at home?
Chelsea. I would say 1-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 Chelsea.
Mourinho masterclass.
Right, Finn, rogue shout, you said Cantwell. My rogue shout is a goalkeeper is going to get sent off on Saturday.
Ooh.
It has to be on Saturday.
Okay.
I'm going to say...
Doesn't have to be part of your rogue shout, but which goalkeeper do you think it'll be?
Who's rash? Who is rash? You know what? If I had to pick one, I'm say Ederson.
Really?
Yeah. 43 on goal, just fucking. How about if that happens, I get bonus 10.
Bonus 10. Behave. Talking about making it up as you go along.
Shane Long.
Big Shane Long.
Big schlong.
Don't score a lot, but I
Big
think he's going to pop
Long.
up with a goal.
There we go.
Okay.
So we just have to leave him with a who am I. Big man Chris Kelly got it for the second week running. Quick, as soon as the tweet was up, he was like, boom, no messing about.
He loves it, does Chris.
Well, we get him on, Chris. Make your way up to Liverpool, man. You're coming on next week.
Can he make it 3 in a row? Expect big things. Have you got one for him, Ryan?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what we could do? We could start sending out merch if we actually had any. Route 1
I
Football
don't think
Podcast
we're
shirt.
quite getting enough funding from our 10 viewers.
Hey, it's baby steps, baby steps.
We just keep putting this content out. Just please, if you have got this far, somehow tell us if you've liked it. Just put a like on the video. Just say something.
Like, retweet, subscribe.
Yeah, just retweet.
everything.
Say something. Say, yep, it's all right.
Tell us
It's
you're
not.
out there.
It's not as bad as it.
Tell us what you
seems.
don't agree with.
What if you don't like? Is Jake chatting shit? Am I chatting shit? Is Ryan chatting shit? Can you understand Ryan? Who do we get rid of? Do we just pack it in all together? Just say something. Anyway, Ryan.
On that note. Three players this week is Francesco Totti, Scott Carson, and Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh.
I'll repeat. Francesco Totti, Scott Carson, Dimitar Berbatov.
Right, your thinking time's over. No, I'm joking. Right, if you follow the Twitter, you'll see the link. If you're on YouTube, and if not, it's at root1_podcast. Give us a follow. Like some of our tweets. Let us know what you want to hear about on the podcast. Anything else you want to say, guys?
No, just...
No?
We love our
Done and
viewers.
dusted. We love our viewers. If you are watching, we love you. Even if you aren't going to say anything, we do love you if you've made it this far. Fair enough. That's an hour and a half of us chatting a load of rubbish.
We appreciate you all.
We appreciate you, and we will be back again this time next week. So thanks a lot, everyone, and bye.
Bye.
Bye.